Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. To complete our quarter-final lineup here at the Austrian Darts Open, we now present our final match this afternoon. Brought to you by PDC Europe, and we welcome our viewers joining us on live pdc.tv. Time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, from England, here he is, the King, Mervyn King! And now, ladies and gentlemen, time to meet Austria's #1. Would you please welcome to the stage now, the gentle Mensur Suljovic!
Well, just listen to that. Often in sport we talk about the effects of the 12th man. I think it was Paul Nicholson himself who alluded to the benefits of having what is effectively in this sport the fourth dart. That is what this Austrian crowd is turning into for Mensur Suljovic. Even Mervyn King applauding the gentle onto the stage for the final match of the afternoon session, up for grabs. The one remaining place in the quarter-final lineup for the Austrian Darts Open 2017. Mensur Suljovic desperate to make amends, desperate to atone for his second round defeat by Kyle Anderson here last year. So far so good for Austria's #1, beating Ronnie Huybrechts in a truly amazing atmosphere last night by 6 legs to 1. He averaged 100.7 yesterday, the only ton-plus average of the day, featuring a wonderful checkout of 1-2-2 as well. But Mervyn King also impressing in his 6-2 win over another Austrian, Zoran Lerschbacher, in his second round match, firing 6 from 7 on his doubles. Mervyn King, I suppose, Paul Nicholson, with the advantage of already faced this, or having already faced this crowd this weekend,
First leg is Mensur to throw
that may
first.
well count for something here. But what an occasion. Austria expects. Will Mensur deliver?
We're about to find out. I think you're right, Rob. I think the fact that Mensur had this atmosphere last night means he's going to be more comfortable with it. He was still quite overwhelmed on that walk-on at the very start, and why not? This is a proper atmosphere for a game of darts. But you've got a feel for Mervyn King, haven't you? It's like he keeps getting thrown into this barbed-wired infested dogfight that is Austria. He got Lerschbacher yesterday, he's got Suljovic today. The only way to get away from the Austrians is if you win this one, and it's impossible to play another one.
I think Mervyn King's got the earplugs in. I doubt they kept out the noise, though, that greeted Mensur Suljovic's arrival on stage. The sole surviving Austrian now after the departures of Lerschbacher and Kallinger, and also Rusty Jake last night as well. But Suljovic on course for a third successive European Tour final as well. Let's not forget, he made the final in Gibraltar, lost to Michael Smith. Made the final in Hamburg as well, lost to Michael van Gerwen. He is a player who just continues to produce the goods, and year on year shows just another step up in class as well. And he's doing it again this year as well.
And Mervyn King is trying to get himself another game with Michael Smith, a person who he actually beat in his one European Tour success. And Mervyn, in his interview afterwards, said, "I've just beaten a future world champion." Could well be. We'll find out in the future. But right now, all Mervyn wants to do is survive the heat. Put the heat on Suljovic and get through this match.
Well, that's it. I mean, Suljovic now is an established top 8 player in the world. Looking at a finish that would set this stadium on fire, but it was not to be. Had that gone in.
Hang about. Bullseye for the King! Oh! 1-0 England! What a shot! What a riposte in the effort of a 164. And he hears the boos even though the earplugs are in.
Well, that's a really good response by Mervyn King, because Suljovic was so close to raising the roof here, and then to take out 127 is in those circumstances. And once again, the finishing from Mervyn King. 6 from 7 yesterday, 7 from 8 now. That is eye-catching in the extreme. That's a wonder we flagged that one up for you.
140.
Well, Mervyn King with the break of throw at the earliest opportunity. I think King will quietly relish this sort of occasion.
You know what's good as well, Rob? It's the fact that we have different chants. It's a different type of atmosphere. It's not your quintessential Premier League atmosphere. This is cosmopolitan. This is quintessentially Austrian.
Well, the fans have established and built up a repertoire of Suljovic songs to pay tribute to their hero.
140.
Yeah, second highest average of the day yesterday for Mervyn King as well, 99.6, 6 from 7 as well on his doubles, a 110 checkout against Lurstracker as well, and already signs that he could, well, emulate what he did yesterday.
You know what, as well?
He finds a 1.
It's the fact that he's enjoying the atmosphere, Mervyn King. He's been around the block a lot. He's been around forever. He's played all over the world. But sometimes it's the simplest things that can still make you smile. A great darts atmosphere and hitting a good checkout like a 127.
89.
Well, he may well fancy his chances on a Shanghai here as well, Mervyn King. Even more so now. Tops for a 2-0 lead.
Game shot the second.
Well, what an impressive opening salvo this is from Mervyn King. There is no stopping him at the moment. On his doubles, once again, foot perfect.
He's got to be on 90% now, surely, for these doubles in the tournament.
Well, he's 8 from 9 now. There we see. Not quite.
The thing is, they can dramatically go down.
Yeah, well.
It's very hard for it to go up. It's only gone up 1%, but 1% goes a long way in darts, a game of small margins.
Well, if he's on target with his next one, he will hit the 90%.
96.
Well, he's just going to have to get a double-double finish, and we'll have to give him both.
Let's not forget as well that King was another player, one of the players, to threaten a 9-dart leg in Hamburg as well. He came in the 5th leg of that 6-2 win over Richard North. He missed double 12. That was in the second round. And that was a match in which his first 3 darts average was 132.
As you can see with Mervyn King's name on the graphic there, it's got a 14 next to it. He's the 14th seed in this tournament.
140.
In Leverkusen next week, he's not even seeded.
Yeah,
he is going to be there, though. What he wants is he wants a guaranteed seeding back. He doesn't want to have to go to qualifiers.
85.
He's one of these players that's been flip-flopping in and out of the... Well, you don't have to be in the top 16, of course, because, you know, you do get the withdrawals of other players, like Gerwin Price isn't here, Dave Chisnell isn't here as well. Prior to this weekend, he was 19th on the Pro Tour Order of Merit. But, as you say, he was a seed for a couple of these events last year. Seeded here, he was seeded in Hamburg, but he's had to qualify for the first 4 this year.
Interesting that Suljovic has decided to leave double 13.
As you require 26.
It's a double, and we know we can hit it. Which dart will it be with? Will he hit it at all?
He loves to prove his versatility, but that's the danger. And King, well, the way he's finishing 16. Off, he would not rule out him taking out this 135.
Tell you what, people really like hitting treble 1 to leave doubles today. 16 bull. If he hits this, this will be nothing short of miraculous.
Bit of a blocker. That's why he's moving over to the right-hand side with that first dart, and he was not a million miles away. But it's a missed dart, and Suljovic returns at double 5. Suljovic finds double 5, and he raises his arms as if to say, about time too.
Well, if you don't like this atmosphere, and you don't like this game, then you just don't like darts. I'm afraid this is fantastic stuff. And it's just going to get better as we go on tonight. What a session we've got in store.
Yeah.
Van Gerwen against Schindler, his first quarter-final on the European Tour. Gurney against Reyes. Villianen against Cullen. Michael Smith plays the winner of this one. I, for one, can't wait. And the afternoon session's not even done.
Well, Mervyn King has lost his last 3 matches against Mensur Suljovic, one of which was on the European Tour in Hildesheim earlier this year. 6-3 the score that day. They also met in the European Darts Grand Prix a couple of years ago as well. That too went the way of the Austrian.
100.
5-2 in the overall head-to-head standings. But King looking to shore things up a little bit here.
You've obviously got to have Suljovic as the favourite here. It's a home game for him. He's the highest seed, better form at the moment. But the thing is, don't count out Mervyn King at the minute.
Yeah.
He looks in good touch.
140.
And he's been involved in classics in the past.
61.
He doesn't mind a 6-5 walk. And at the moment, 161. He did the treble 17.
82.
Oh, he will despise that 5.
121.
Yeah, could make life potentially awkward. It maybe has robbed him of a dart here, but Suljovic, treble 17, not to be.
See, the 5 gives him 79.
62. Revenue requires 79.
It's a big number. It gives him an easier out. Here, he's got to hit treble 19. Now it's double-double. Now we go for 60 for double A. Old school.
30.
But a few slipped darts.
Revenue requires 59.
And Suljovic should get 2 darts at tops.
Yeah, many would have gone double-double there with Suljovic on 59. Now, which way is Suljovic going to go? He can leave you second-guessing here, but tops it is. It's an orthodox route to glory here for Mensur Suljovic for 2 apiece. Double 10, he's not there yet. And the anxiety continues for the Austrian crowd here now because Mervyn King is still in the hunt here for a 3-1 lead. Double 16. Another big step over to the right-hand side of the hockey.
Game's on
And he
the
just puts
board.
all the noise to the back of his mind. He cups the ears as if to say, I can't hear. I can't hear. It doesn't have any effect. A nice smile from Mervyn King, taking it all in the right spirit.
It's the right thing to do in this situation. I've totally been there myself. I did it the opposite way.
Yeah, there are one or
and
two
it
who
doesn't
would
work. Smile.
Try and return it with interest, and
Absolutely.
just it only escalates.
And let's not forget how good that dart at double 16 was.
43.
He nearly threw it from the practice room.
Yeah.
And it was right in the middle. It didn't even need a deflection. One thing that Mervyn King and Peter Wright can do better than anybody on this planet as a right-handed darts player is shift to the right-hand side of the hockey and hit whatever they want. Back in this leg.
Yeah, really quickened up there as well with that third dart. There was barely a flinch from him as he rattled that one. Said yesterday that Suljovic has looked overall a lot quicker this year. And that was rapid fire from Mensur.
42.
That wasn't, however.
You're right, Rob. Look at the adjustment in the fingers for the dart for Suljovic. It's happening at a rate of a spinning top now.
140.
He used to be quite slow and methodical. Now, look at the dart in his fingers. Just in the bottom left of that shot there. That's quick. He's doing a lot quicker than he used to. And when you play more, you get more comfortable with the dart in your hand.
Yeah.
137.
Playing the there with 2 meaty trebles to get him down to, you know it, 14 double 14, I assume. But Mensur being Mensur, you know, he could well go 10 double 16.
10 double 16.
99.
No,
Revenue
he'll go 14
requires
here.
42.
Did it yesterday. He had he miscalculated and it left him 42, and he has gone 10 double 16 this time. You just never know what you're going to get with Mensur, but he has got the second leg on the board.
However, Rob, if you look back at just before he went for the 10, he did look at the 14 first.
He had a quick glance. Yeah, it was a strange moment that against
41.
Hybrex last night, where he miscalculated, hit the 13, left himself 42 and took out 14 double 14 anyway. But yeah, just a quick glance from Mensur. 3-2, on we go, but still.
64.
Mensur has to find a break of throw. What a great way to round off the afternoon session. This is a really, really good match to bring down the curtain on the first session of the day.
140.
As you guys at home might know, the schedule for the afternoon session on the Sunday, the numbers are thrown around. It's not always Michael van Gerwen, the number 1 seed, if he's through, playing the first game of the afternoon. Sometimes he plays last.
97.
It's done like that so that nobody has the same sort of Sunday. It's got to be different all the time.
Yeah, but by the same token, it's no coincidence that this time around it's Mensur's turn to be at the bottom half of the schedule, because it's a nice build-up, a nice crescendo for the Austrian crowd. Anyway.
It's a serendipitous, beautiful thing.
As a hush descends on the multiversum.
60.
This is Mervyn King's leg. He can stay straight. There it is, the step to the right. This is in. Does it every time. It is amazing to watch. Crystal ball darts from Mervyn King.
60.
Yeah, Mensur can't get anywhere near at the moment, so King is an overwhelming favourite to take this 6th leg. He's looking at 25 for tops now.
Game shot on the 6th leg.
And again, the finishing of the highest order from Mervyn King.
Excellent order from the crowd as well. Got to tip our hat to them. No boos, just respect.
4 from 6.
134.
So he's 10 from 13 over the course of the tournament itself. And Mervyn King is slowly emerging here as a very dark horse who's just slipping under the radar, isn't he?
In the words of Rob Malarkey, he's a clear and present danger.
Very clear and present danger.
But let's not forget that Mervyn King this year has been playing well. He has made a final on the Pro Tour. He was narrowly edged out by Rob Cross when he won his maiden tour title.
Yeah, that was in Players' Championship 3. Semi-finalist also at Players' Championship 6, where he lost to Michael van Gerwen. And also a semi-finalist at Players' Championship 8. Made the quarters of a couple of UK Open qualifiers as well. And he is a European Tour champion, let's not forget. So too is Mensur Suljovic.
180.
Well, we half expected the switch to the 19s there, but he stayed true, and it's got the crowd going. And look at the goal here, 47 plays 400.
47.
Make that 300.
47-15? Of course, double 16. One of his friends on the board.
Game shot.
An 11 dart leg for Mensur Suljovic. It keeps him going.
Game on.
And that's exactly what Mensur Suljovic needed. Needs to carry on where he left off here. Although if Mervyn King gets out of the blocks quickly, it might not matter. It could all be academic.
It's a big leg, this. Mervyn King wins here, he keeps the crowd silent. Suljovic wins this leg, they go bananas. Because then it's 4-4, and they will be involved no matter what until the end of the match.
Yeah, whenever you see a player establish a 5-3 lead, it always looks a tall order. And, well, this will be cheers that are music to the ears of Mensur Suljovic, because they're acknowledging a few mistakes there from Mervyn King. Suljovic, though, needs to capitalise here, and so far he hasn't really done so.
100.
Just a turn, and then we see the double-handed dying swan from Mensur.
How much effort went into hitting that treble 20? What Mervyn would give for another.
100.
Putting pressure on the Austrian to find big scores now. A steady leg from Mervyn at best, you'd say. He'd want to be on 121, not 221 right now. But it's another
100.
solid ton from Suljovic.
Yeah. Now, if Mervyn King does find a ton 40 here, he'll be in very, very good shape indeed, although there are points on the floor. I think that hit the single one anyway.
80.
Well, he's down to a finish of 1-4-1 anyway.
That was a very peculiar dart. Not really sure where it bounced off. Well, we digress about it. We do know that Suljovic can mount pressure on that 1-4-1 that Mervyn King has now left.
Well, he has to, really. Could have done without that.
41.
Well, that's
Revenue
just
required
not what he needed. He
141.
needed something very significant. He's left himself 155. Then again, Mervyn King, another loose first darts.
75.
Missing the
Revenue
18s
required
there as well.
55.
The tricky number 66 might only get one shot at a double.
Treble 18 would have left double 12. Mervyn King sitting on 66 instead. This is a problem for Mensur Suljovic.
Here comes Mensah. My kingdom for a treble 17, he says in his native tongue.
131.
And he's just handed his
Revenue
kingdom
required
over.
66.
Big moment in this match. 66. 16 for tops. Double 4. He's got it, it's huge. He's got that two-leg advantage back. Mervyn King silences the multiversum.
Game on.
Well, well, well. Silence just envelops the arena now. Mervyn King putting in a very Mervyn King style performance here.
96.
Can't emphasize enough how brilliant King has been on finishing this weekend. 5 from 7, 6 from 7 yesterday.
I've got one for you. He's been regal on it, the King.
Very good. Give you that one, Paul.
Danke.
Yeah, Mensur Suljovic giving his kingdom over for a treble 17, but it was a wasted acquisition because King took the leg anyway.
306 for Suljovic. Might go bull now, or just stay there.
133.
It's a 19. Doesn't leave a finish. A 25 would have left a finish. He's not really bothered about that because Mervyn King hasn't left a finish either. This guarantees Suljovic 6 starts from 173. Quizzically, he would have actually, if he'd have hit the previous shot,
50.
he would have left a double. I'm surprised he didn't say on the 19s. 168 in 6 starts might see King through, but he needs.
42.
He may have needed more than that.
Revenue required 115.
Well, this is just for a hold of throw, so King won't be too concerned just yet, but it just might give Suljovic a little bit of momentum, and it might just get the crowd going once again. 108 remaining.
126 away
87.
from a quarter-final spot against Michael Smith. Mervyn King will look at 19s now.
Suljovic has left his insurance policy here. Treble 19 for the bullseye. Not to be. Suljovic will return looking at double 14.
Revenue required
Here's
78. Game
It's the one he always relies on when he needs it the most, and double 14 makes it 5-4.
How do you quantify how good Mensur Suljovic is at double 14?
Almost as good as Mervyn King is on doubles full stop, and almost as good as Mervyn King is on treble 20s with that particular visit.
He's as good at double 14 as Jordan Spieth is with a putter. That's quite good. He's as good at double 14 as Dustin Johnson is with a driver. Ronaldo with a football. Brian O'Driscoll with a rugby ball. He's just the best in the world at it.
We get the idea, Paul.
Yeah, I'm just getting a bit carried away.
Suljovic looking to get carried away here, and the crowd likewise. There we go. Suljovic potentially back in business here. He really needed that. It still might not be enough, though, because Mervyn King is in the mood for more here, isn't he just? Oh, Mervyn King. 180, met with a 180. And Suljovic just can't keep his breath here.
But it's taken a superhero-type performance from a regal dart player with pedigree to give himself the opportunity to take out the Austrian. Is Mensah going home? Is he getting the bus? Not yet.
Well, a massive opportunity now for Suljovic, but he still has a lot of work to do. Treble 17. Not to be. And Mervyn King can step back up, uncharacteristically not taking out the doubles on the previous visit, but surely he will on this occasion, and he does. And Austria's crown prince of darts is toppled by the King of England here in Vienna, and Mervyn King, the number 14 seed, maintains his quest for another European Tour title. There's lots to admire about the way Mervyn King is going about his business this weekend. He's seen off 2 Austrian players here on their own patch, and maybe, just maybe, he'll be grateful for the opportunity for an encounter with a fellow Englishman, Michael Smith, in the quarterfinals. Mensur Suljovic acknowledges the crowd on his way off the stage. It's the end of his campaign here on home soil, but for Mervyn King, the adventure continues tonight in the quarterfinals. Just wonder what impact that will have on the atmosphere here in Vienna will be. But make no mistake, we've got plenty nevertheless to look forward to tonight from 7 o'clock. The quarterfinals starting off with Michael van Gerwen against Martin Schindler. That's a story in the making. Cristo Reyes looking for another Euro Tour semi-final at the expense of